Welcome back, guys, to WWX. This is Wrestling with Xotics. He's in the motherfucking bathing Nate. I'm in the Salt of the Earth action figure t-shirt. This is Think I Need a Fiji Water. That is
Franchise Jerry.
And we are here to talk about what's going on in the world of AEW. First, we're going to talk about Dynamite. Then we're going to talk about Rampage. Now, to kick Dynamite off, no greater way I don't see it. My motherfucking dog, Adam, Cowboy, Hangman Page. You know what I'm saying, dog? You held it down. You did everything I said you was gonna do. You made these niggas respect you, even if they don't want to admit it. In the record book, who won that? You. Who lost that? John. Who couldn't get up after the match? John. Who walked away with a sanity in his brain and wasn't staggering? Hangman. Who ate their words? John. Now who is on the up and up? And who wants some get back? Y'all want some get back. Now, my question to you. How do you feel about this match, bro?
Hangman got a decent staged win against Jon Moxley. And I say it's staged because the lariat that he hit on Jon to win the match, it barely even went across his chest. That shit like fell right underneath his fucking pecs. So I was just like, man, Jon, you could have definitely won this match, but it just looked like Jon was just letting him get his get back. It didn't look like he was doing that for real. I mean, it wasn't like Hangman was dominating the match or anything. It was pretty even. They was trading lariats, pile drivers, you name it. But it just always seemed like Jon was hitting him a little harder. So I was actually shocked when I knew Jon was, honestly, with being honest, I knew Jon was going to lose the match. But when I seen Jon start really rocking his shit like that, I'm like, no way in hell Hangman's just gonna finish it off with that weak ass lariat. I didn't think that was possible. Felt like they just went through too much for the match to just end so weakly like that, and then try to push off on everybody like, oh yeah, he really gave Jon a concussion. Didn't even hit him in the head. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. It's not a bad loss for Jon, in my opinion, because everybody knows what's up, and you know what's up.
Oh, I know what's up, and Hangman is what the fuck is up, okay? Now, since you're talking about this stage victory, which was not staged at all, because this is going to happen from this, to clear the air on this whole shit, I think they need to have a real extreme Jon Moxley type, whatever, bleed all you want match, because Hangman's going to whoop your ass in that shit too. Hangman has proved, and not only in his reign as AEW champion, or as an AEW World Tag Team Champion, which he had a great reign as that as well. One of the first people to ever be a multiple time champion in AEW. He can switch it up. He can do whatever. And one thing I want you to keep in mind, Hangman, continue to show your move set. Continue adding moves because he doesn't believe you have one, but you do because you're never in a match when you're never just standing around.
I feel like he has Triple H move set. And you know what that is, like
it's
just
very dull, like
just
okay,
dull as hell, beat the nigga up and then do your fucking main moves. Like the power driver, the spine buster, and great, the match is over. Like I feel like that's just what happens. Like Hangman's not in there doing like an actual move set as such as someone like, I don't know, like Rey Mysterio or just somebody that shows their full move set every time they wrestle. Hangman just goes in there and just does his signature or he does his finisher. There's no like real in between. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I say like he doesn't have much of a move set. Like I don't see this nigga doing a bunch of slams or like getting technical in the ring like Bryan Danielson. Like
one thing
I don't
I
see
will
that.
say is in this match, I fucked with how he was giving Jon Moxley suplexes back because he was like, "Nigga, you ain't about to just try to throw me on my neck and nigga, I'll fuck you up." And that's that's the most important part of Hangman's journey to ascension because he's showing like I am on your level, Moxley. I don't know why the fuck you think I'm not. Like you're fucking the drunkest member of the Shield. Don't get it twisted. Like I could step away from my group just like you can. And nigga, he's a loner. Like Jon Moxley's a loner, Hangman's a loner. Like I see a lot of the similarities between the two. That's why I really like watching them wrestle. But the only thing I would say is that why I prefer Hangman, he's more precise. And that's why I call Jon the drunkest member of the fucking Shield. Because out of all them niggas, Yes, he has his own twist, and he is a you can don't get me wrong, a credible wrestler. You can't knock him. Definitely should be in the WWE Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? But we can't lie and say he don't have Shane O'Mac off time punches, or sometimes he just doing too much, and he's supposed to be just chilling and focused on what he's hitting. He's just too busy trying to make himself look crazy, and that shit is no. I fuck with Hangman being subtle, and when it's time to get turned up, you can even see. I wanted to touch on this after the match. Jon Moxley was slightly delirious, and he was like, "Where's Hangman?" He tried to grab the ref like he was Hangman, and still trying to fight and shit. And Hangman looking at him like, "Damn, that was me." wish I wish I could be on some friendly. I wish I could help you shit, but you was on that talking shit. So deal with that. And that was also a great touch of his acting ability.
Man, that shit was just, bro. If he didn't end the fucking match with that weak ass lariat across the chest, then I would have believed that maybe John had some type of head trauma or something. But, bro, Jon Moxley comes out here and fucking bleeds every damn week. I'm not gonna believe that Jon Moxley got a fucking concussion off of that last lariat that fucking Hangman gave him. I'm like, no, that's just no. But what we got next, man?
Yeah, we had the returning Adam Cole, baby. And it was one of the most touching moments I could say I've had in recent memory in AEW. Because I was very somber at first. I was thinking that he was going to come and say he's going to retire and he's had his time and it was great while it lasted and all that shit. But he said he had some bad news and some good news. So that's what I was getting from that. And then the next thing you know, bad news isn't for the fans or for him. It's for the AEW locker room. And I'm just like, Adam, I fuck with you. Really do. Missed having you out there wrestling, but I hope you know this means you got to come with a lot of W's this year. And it's kind of like you can't really lose like that. And I don't. And I know it's like people be like try to be like, well, they have to lose or like it's no. You have a lot of control over this character that you probably didn't have when you were Adam Cole in WWE. So you need to really be like, no, I'm not trying to lose, or
Yeah,
just don't
and
be in
you're
the
labeled
ring.
as a WWE guy that didn't get a belt when you first came in. Like, so you're right in that category with Bryan Danielson. And those are two niggas
And
that talk shit
I
about,
see you getting that title before him. Honestly, if I'm being
right?
honest.
And those are two niggas that sit out in that TV show and talk shit about WWE all the time and still ain't amounted to shit on there. So I don't want to hear none of that, baby.
At all, bro. So honestly, I'm just looking forward to seeing what comes from this because I don't know what will.
But I hope Adam Cole, moving forward, gets focused again on winning championships and being by himself.
I
Because
agree with
tag
that.
teams and Kyle O'Reilly and all that bullshit,
Ain't doing it for him.
you don't need it, man. You do not need it.
No cap.
I thought it was funny though, like how he said the good news is I appreciate my life and wrestling. And like I'm thinking he was gonna say something for real, like some real shit, like, "Oh, great, you're about to wrestle tonight, maybe," like, or like, you feel me? Like, I'm thinking it's gonna be something like cool, and then he's all like, "I got bad news," and I'm like, "What could the bad news be? Maybe he has like this injury, like he can just come back and tell us about the injury real quick, but he's gonna be back later on." So I'm thinking it's gonna be one of those type of situations. Then he says it's for the locker room. And at that point, I just like kind of just started chuckling because I'm like, yeah, we're going to see, bro. We're going to see. I would say Adam Cole would be a major upgrade from MJF as AEW champion. And I hope that's what his sights are set on versus trying to be teamed up with somebody. The only thing that I really had a problem with him saying was how he took time out to call AEW the best program in the wrestling world. Now, I understand you work for them and whatnot, but I look at that as a knock on WWE because that's where Adam Cole is from. And if it wasn't for WWE, Adam Cole probably wouldn't have as much pull and everything else that he gets in AEW. Like I said, you come from WWE, it's damn near you get what you want when you pull up. Or you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit goes your way or shit just is a lot smoother for you. I just don't like the fact that he be talking about the hand that fed him. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't saying none of that shit when you was over there. You know what I'm saying? They let you hold their title for 365 fucking days. So I really hope that AEW joins with WWE. So everybody on them rosters who talk shit about WWE can just sit there and eat your words, because now you'll have to be working for them. And you know WWE is going to take over all of that shit. Because imagine all the fucking matches that we've always wanted to see. Like, we can finally get them at that point. We can see Roman Reigns take on Samoa Joe. Like, I would love to see that. See who's the real Uso. Who's the real tribal chief.
And you know who that is already.
Yeah, Samoa Joe.
Roman Reigns.
Shit, we're going to have to see. Definitely, though, if the opportunity arises, Tony Khan, you should definitely merge with WWE. That would be great for wrestling fans.
The Acclaim had a segment where they talked about it getting a Walk of Fame on LA. Like.
That's what they were saying, bro. I skipped right through that shit. Because as soon as I heard the music hit, I was like, nah, I'm just not feeling it this week. Y'all niggas are not about to do this. No. And I also seen them wearing, like, they had, like, suit jackets, right? On, like, or some, you had some weird street clothes on. And I was just like, nah, JB and Hook next. Let's do this.
Yeah, they're very off-putting sometimes. I can't lie. Like, I watch it with my girlfriend, and she's just like, she was supposed to like laugh and be like, you can't help but laugh and they're funny. But I'm like, but yeah, but they're like, that's why you gotta not laugh, because nigga Max is funny, but he's not really focusing on the craft. You're just focusing on being clickbait and pulling views and shit. But that doesn't mean that's where like me and him are like actual true to the wrestling culture. We don't give a fuck about your social media presence, or like, yeah, you say funny shit that's like current events social media wise, but like we don't give a fuck about that. What do you think we care about, that or what we see in the ring from you? It's in the ring, and you don't provide that. So I would feel like you need, like, I know you were trained. Look, for example, him and MJF were trained by the same person, right? But MJF is way more fine tuned in the ring than you. Mm-hmm. Like, he's way more smoother chain wrestle. He said MJF can't wrestle and have to be like, he's had good match with Jon Moxley, all that. Oh, he's had good match with everybody. It's just that how he chooses to win, and maybe you could frown upon, but the match's quality is there. So I feel like Max, you need to work on that. Otherwise, that segment was whatever. You know, the other nigga, he just go screaming and yell weird, awkward shit.
And I don't want nobody to make this about, oh, he's gay and all that shit, or possibly, and just no. This ain't about being gay, straight, or nothing. Cause no, Velveteen Dream was one of my favorite wrestlers on NXT, and I used to tell him all the time, this nigga's cold. So it's about the wrestling at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck what color you is, what your sexuality is. Can you fucking wrestle? Can you entertain me? You're in wrestling entertainment. So entertain, nigga, with the wrestling. At the end of the day, it's about the wrestling, bro. We don't care about your sexuality, none of that shit. Even though that we don't be rocking with that or, partaking in none of that. Like, at the end of the day, we just want to see some good wrestling, bro. And you just be out there finessing and getting by off of fucking rap lyrics and your partner and Billy Gunn's old ass.
Yeah, and your partner is a way better wrestler than you.
That's what I'm saying. He's carrying you throughout the matches.
He could do whatever he wanted.
Right, he's doing the highlights.
He's doing the highlights.
And Max is like kind of like cleanup type shit.
Max is who people want to see get the pin, because you just said all that funny shit.
Right.
And you ain't do that to the whole match. So they're like,
right.
Come on, Max got that pin, right?
Man, y'all can't bullshit some bullshitters, man. We've been watching this wrestling shit for so fucking long.
Oh my god, too long,
bro. We know what the deal
I can literally see what he's doing. I'm like, oh, okay, they played to their strengths.
Yeah,
that's why the fuck do you think he comes out there and he's the one on the microphone? Because Anthony Bowens can't cut a real promo like that. He's not. I don't give a fuck how awkward Max is. He can deliver the shit awkward as fuck, but it's still funny. Bowens has the energy, so he has to come through. That's why he wrestles better than him, because he has the energy. He's more out there. Even though Max's dad's a former fucking NFL Hall of Famer, or like former Super Bowl champ, I believe. But
you would never know.
You would never know. Speaking of kids who have dads who've been known for greatness, Jungle Hook had this match against Big Bill and Lee Minority. bro.
Jungle hook. Imagine
I
that.
just want to say one thing.
Oh my god.
We saw Big Bill get suplex, bro. And all I could think about while I was watching is what we talked about, like his mystique. Like,
I'm like, that was only allowed to happen because Jungle Boy kicked him in
his
his
face,
face.
yes.
Because other than that, Hook wasn't about to just straight up do him like that. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? So that's why I kind of let that have a pass.
yeah, yeah, man. That's just like crazy for me to even like see that for real. Like, I was looking at, it, I was like, nah, because I was like, Jerry. It's like Jerry said last time. He's like, yeah, they can't let that shit happen because if they let that shit happen, it's gonna fuck with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but they ain't
See,
gonna
if
let
he
him.
just straight up cleanly slammed him by himself type
That
shit,
would
then
be
that would have been
weird.
bad.
That'd been weird.
That would have been weird and that would have been bad. But the only reason why it was cool is because Jungle Boy again kicked him in his face, and it was like, okay, like now he's kind of stunned, and you can swing your momentum into it and make it believable. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? What'd you think about the overall match, though? Did you enjoy the match?
I thought it was cool. I feel like I don't like watching any match with Lee Moriarty, but
Hmm.
I was just hyped to see Big Bill in there.
He was just in there to get beat up,
He's all
honestly.
bro. He's just in there to take the pin. Like as
Take the
much as they
pin.
call this nigga Tiger Style, I ain't never seen this nigga win. I don't even think Tiger Style is a fucking efficient form of martial arts or whatever the fuck it is because he doesn't win with the shit and he's Tiger Style Lee Moriarty, and I just feel like he's being carried by Stokely because Stokely gonna come out there and say some hilarious shit. He is also somebody who delivers shit awkward, but it's still funny
Hmm.
because you could just feel like that's genuinely him when he's not on the camera. You
Yeah.
know he's saying that awkward shit when the camera's not on. I
Mm.
know that's why he do it on the camera because he's like, it works for me.
Yeah.
All my real friends and people with peers want to tell me that it's something that stands out. And then you got fucking Big Bill who just finally feel like he's finally that imposing figure that he's been trying to be his whole career. And I just don't want him around the firm to be like a heavy and then like type losing because you just
Yeah.
lost, bro. And like I know you were in TNA killing shit. I know you were in other companies killing shit, and like you making all this progress just to lose again. You're
Just to
part of the
lose
losing
again in this
stable.
company. And that's just a bad look, bro, for him. Yo, but moving forward, my favorite match of the entire night was Bryan versus Takeshita with MJF watching on, of course. But before the match started, MJF definitely had to talk shit before, ran his mouth about what I have no idea
I
because I
do.
just didn't listen, I didn't care. And
Uh,
then Bryan Danielson comes out because it's obviously time for his match and he's sick of hearing this nigga talk. So he gets ready to get in the ring, and as soon as he gets ready to get in the ring, MJF goes flying out the ring and sprinting up the ramp. And when I say this man ran like he just stole something from Walmart, like he looked like Italian Usain Bolt. Okay, like I ain't never seen nobody run that fast on television before, and I watch football. MJF looked like he probably run like a 4.3.
I was
I
gonna
ain't
say,
gonna lie, cause he boy, every time he see Bryan Danielson, every time he sees Bryan Danielson, he turns into a track star. And I just think that's so unbecoming of a champion. But what you got to say about that, real brief, bro?
honestly, bro, this shit is crazy. It's funny
Do you
watching.
condone running?
I don't condone running. If for me, like I don't know, there's no reason to
He
run.
said, for me,
For me, it's no reason to run. There's no reason to run. Like, why are you gonna run? Because it's gonna look bad on your end. Like, this is real life. But this shit though, I can see his calculating strategy and what heels I've seen throughout the years. Some of the ones I grew up hating the most that always had the championship the longest niggas that run. So I just feel like This is just me more him leading into what I've been saying that this is run. This reign is not anything short. It's gonna be. Oh, get used to this type shit because he getting in Daniel's head.
yo,
He
it's honestly hilarious though because I think I'm just so taken back from it because I've really never seen anyone in wrestling run like that up the ramp.
Yeah, he ran, but that's okay. That's okay. He calculated. He got to live. What Craig Daddy say? He had to
Live to
live
fight
today,
another
another
day.
day. You know, he said he got a cap. Sometimes you gotta let him have today, so you have tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
MJF said, "Here, you
Here
can
you
have
have
it."
it. I don't care. I don't want it.
That's not my champion. But after that, Bryan and Takeshita had a great fucking match. It was crucially hard hitting. Bryan obviously won. He'll need 7 more to get to MJF. He'll win these battles, but I don't think he'll win the war. And it's just unfortunate because, well, honestly, I'm tired of feeling bad for Bryan because he just be dissing the WWE too much. And I don't rock with that. I know you want to be real wrestling and all that, but don't talk shit if you still ain't fucking came up with nothing. Bryan Danielson has been there for how long, bro?
He's been there for for over a year.
And you still empty handed. That's my only thing with him for real.
He
So
was welcome.
I'm tired of feeling bad for him.
For me, bro, this match was cool. It was hard hitting, a nice showcase for Takeshita. He's possibly gonna be. I've heard he's rumored for a huge push in the AEW, and that's why MJF came out talking shit to him and told him to speak American. I thought that shit was hilarious. I know it's
Hell no, that shit was not funny, bro.
It's
That shit was mad
a,
racist and low key pissed me off. Cause I'm like, bro, why you gotta do this nigga like that, bro?
that's the whole point.
Like
To
if
be an
this was like
asshole.
2, 3 years ago, like no, not even that. If this was like 5 years ago, that would have been a lot safer. But like, bro, there's like Asian hate and all that type of shit going around right now, and just racism like is like really highlighted. And you're Jewish being racist, and that's what all these black people are getting in trouble for saying that white people that are Jewish are racist. Like, and you're blatantly disrespecting this man being racist on television. I just wasn't rocking with it. And you wear a bracelet all the time that
It
says
says
fuck
fuck
racism.
racism.
So, and you're wearing it right now. So I was kind of shocked that you said that was funny for real.
No, because it was funny because he got his ass whooped. He got his ass. He got his comeuppance. He got his He got him told him to fuck off. He told him all that shit. So I thought it was funny just to watch the interaction between the two,
Mm.
because that means Takeshi's gonna get a push, and he spoke English to him. So it's like you see that overall the shit is just like MJF. No matter how much of an asshole he is, he's gonna get some justice to him.
Yeah.
It's like you can't be an asshole like that and not expect that to be. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna get
because I
slapped
was like,
around.
man, you could have dissed this man any other way. Just watching that shit just had me like low key hot for that nigga. So I'm happy that he shed some light and was all like, I called you an asshole.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I fucked with that, but I wanted him to really Mika hit him
yeah,
square in his fucking mouth because he deserved it.
yeah. He should have, but he, saw the earth. They can't really touch him.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. They gonna get it. Like I just think it's funny though. Like it's just like, why does everyone think that they're gonna beat him? I don't know who will beat him, but it's not gonna be anybody soon. He just, like, just the he is. Even though CM Punk wants to talk about the ratings, it's like the fans want him as the champion. That's the whole thing. Tony Khan and the fans. How do you feel Bryan Danielson looks overall after this match against Takeshi? Do you feel like he looks like a threat, or do you feel like it's like, that's whatever, you just be a scrub?
Man, Bryan Danielson is honestly like one of my favorite wrestlers, bro. So like I really hate that he's not amounting to shit over here. You know what I'm saying? He looks great in all his fucking matches, but it's not gonna ever amount to anything. He's about to go out here and he's about to put on these fucking
Clinics.
great wrestling clinics, bro, and still come up short. And I don't know if it's just gonna be solely because it's written like that or because Daniel just not like that. And remember when I asked you, bro, like, do you think most of his matches are like improv matches or do you think like, they're decided already? And I basically have that question right now. Do you think their match that they're gonna have is gonna be improv, or do you think that it's gonna be decided already? Because the way we talk about it and thinking about it right now, it's already decided. But if it's a fucking straight up wrestling match, improv, and there's no actual decision, bro, my money's on Bryan Danielson every time.
Yeah, he'll destroy him.
Every time, bro. Do you see what the fuck? Bro, he had a fucking reversal for every fucking lock when it came to Kesha and all these other opponents, bro. He just knows how to just switch it up on you, and he goes from the label lock to fucking the regal stretch, right? And then the whole time I'm just like, yo, he's just so technically sound. There's no fucking way that MJF would believably beat him straight up in an improv match.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he can do that just because he's too seasoned. Like Brian's been everywhere. He's been Ring of Honor, he's been in WWE, and he's been at the heights of both. And he did, to me, he's better than how CM Punk was when he was champ, because then Brian was actually recognized.
Yeah.
He had WrestleMania main events. CM Punk took on the Undertaker and still didn't main event WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He's always in John Cena's shadow, always in The Rock's shadow.
Yeah.
Brian had his own
Had his own lane
his own
from the
way.
jump.
He ain't never. They damn near didn't want to push the fans wasn't letting people push Roman because they're like it's his time.
Yeah.
So it's like he is just like he's low-key what MJF is trying to aspire to be. So as much as I am an MJF fan, I give Brian the ultimate respect. It's just that's why it's entertaining watching him, and I'm okay with MJF running from him because see how you're talking about that,
Yeah.
and now he got all those moves and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he running away, nigga. He don't want to get in no lock. He don't want this nigga trying to make him tap out. What you think's worse? You gonna talk about him running, or you talk about him? Oh, so I'm tap out, bro. So you know what's gonna happen next.
Well, with that being said, how do you think that their match is going to end when they do have their match?
I feel like
Because we're going to have that match. Brian is going to beat these next 7 people.
I don't know. Like really don't know how that would go because I feel like Brian could go on some shit where he's like, he's making them tap out, but it's like, what if MJF has just got brass knuckles, or he has some type of like each time he's getting a pinfall, it's just dirty shit. Like we never seen a fucking like Iron Man match like this before. We've watched it. Brian actually earn every like. Did he not say that in his promo? Like you didn't earn anything.
Yeah.
What if we watch this? What if we watch MJF literally like every pinfall he gets, he cheated that shit.
Mm-hmm.
While Daniel's really showing like I'm technically sound, I'm making you tap out every time you did this, but MJF is gonna win because he's gonna cheat out. He's gonna outlast him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna begin. That's why the only way I can see that working, and it's gonna make perfect sense because like he's the salt of the earth. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't give a fuck. So like as long as I'm at bottom line, I'm beating you and I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
What is there to talk about? I could say I'm better than you. I beat the best technically sound wrestler. It doesn't matter how whatever you call it, technicality, whatever in the record book. I left with the championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't lose. I didn't win my. I didn't lose by disqualification or no funny shit like that. So I actually beat you. But could you see it playing out like that?
Yeah, kind of. Well, at first, I'm going to keep it real. I didn't know that they were going to have an Iron Man. Well, I did. I just forgot that that's what Brian wanted. So now that I think about it, I'm just like, how can you cheat an Iron Man match? And then when I think about all the other Iron Man matches, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how. Like you just do little lame ass shit. Like that's what MJF is known for. It's just lame ass shit. So
he's gonna be, bro. It's too easy. I can see it right.
I feel like he's gonna finesse the ref at one point and like knock the ref out.
I feel like he's gonna have them brass knuckles that he beat Moxley with. I feel like that's gonna be a little. I got mine.
Yeah, because Brian is, even though Brian has this new mean streak about him, he's not gonna do anything dirty outside of wrestling. Anything fair in wrestling, he's not gonna do anything outside of that. So he's not gonna use weapons or dirty pins and shit like that. No, he's gonna try to fight him as straight up as possible. But the only way to beat someone like MJF is to be on their level. You got to be just as grimy sometimes.
I don't think Danielson has that in him. Honestly, bro, the more I'm thinking about that, because I just came up with that thought, I just seen MJF is gonna shit on him somehow, bro. And I feel like, though, like I said, those brass knucks is gonna be like a part of it. Either that or his ring. One, if he's gonna hit him with the ring. Other one, brass nuts. But I feel like the brass nuts might be saved for that last one, because he just be like, it's those brass nuts that same brass nuts he used to knock out Moxley and take the AEW championship. Because I feel like that's an ode to William Regal, because he was shitted on by him, and then that's still fucking putting the story pieces together of the Blackpool Combat Club
Yeah.
facing William Regal issues and he's not even in the company anymore. So it just still puts everything together, you know. But I don't know. It just writes itself, bro. It's too good. It's too easy, bro. He's gonna retain. I just can't wait to see it.
So next up, we got Tony Storm and Shariah versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. What'd you think about this overall match, man?
I'm not gonna lie. This match didn't really do it for me, but I thought the right people won. Cause
Yeah,
I
they
feel,
put so much hype around this match.
yeah.
What the hell? Like that shit was like whatever. All right, cool. I think like when they decided to put Tony Storm in the match, that's when like everything was like
That's when it got late. It got late.
like because we swore that like
Maybe it might be maybe
Sasha or just someone cool like
something different to shake up the locker room
yeah,
again.
y'all said Tony Storm and it was like yo
This bitch, her reign
whatever.
was lackluster. Like I feel like, bro. Okay, I really feel like they need to focus on Jamie Hayter. Like as like I don't think her and Britt need to be a team anymore. But make
Mm-mm.
like she has her own move set. She's a good enough wrestler. She can be herself. Britt is like the real. I feel like Britt Baker is the real face of the AEW Women's Division. Cause she had the
She really is though.
she has the personality and had a credible championship reign. So it's
Yeah,
like she's
very
not.
credible.
So it's like she's. It's not like
I was pissed when she lost it. Actually, she
yeah.
lost it to Thunder Rosa, right?
Yeah. So she wasn't a lame, and look who she lost it to. Someone else she was trying to that day. She damn near built, who just was injury prone and couldn't really have a good run. So it's like Britt definitely is gonna have a second reign. She's gonna be a 2-time AEW Women's Champion. Like it just kind of makes sense if she kind of beats Jamie, could try to teach her like, yeah, young buck, like you should have known. Like I gave you a little time. Like you could say you champ, but I'm the 2-time champ. I'm about to show. I'm like she's like real life, like a Jon Moxley and shit. That's why she's on that video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like not only that, like I feel like Adam got to look at her and be like, I got to be on some shit. Like Britt be out here winning. Like Britt, what? Like I know he won the Owen Hart, and I thought he should have. He was very deserving of that. But coming off these concussions, he really got to just be on some shit like she's
Bro,
on.
can I just ask you real brief? How would you feel if you was in the wrestling biz with your girl and she winning belts and you not? Like,
I be hyped for her, but I just that mean
right? Of course you
you
would.
need to be put that mean just mean you need to push yourself a little bit more, or like for you to even figure out your algorithm. Because look, I remember when Britt was kind of like founding when the AEW first started, bro, and she cut this wicked promo like on the. It was on the. I forgot the show was exactly, but it was on the. It was like a Chris Jericho like a I forgot what it was, but it's like a cruise, but they were like fighting on a ring in the ring, bro. They had a ring on the fucking ship.
Mm.
Anyway, she cut this promo with Tony Schiavone. That's why if you notice, he's always involved in the promos and stuff like that, and he does it too because it's like he was a part of her becoming like more of a star in the company. So it's like ever since then, bro, she's carried that momentum to the point when she won the AEW Women's Championship. She had a lengthy reign, and then like we said, lost to Thunder Rosa, but it wasn't like in no weak victory. She beat her. She lost in a skilled cage match, the first ever in AEW history,
Mm.
and it was extreme. She got hit with a Death Valley driver, but oh no, like you know how Kenny Omega does a one winged angel, like something like that, but in the spikes. I mean, in the
Mm.
tacks and all that, and I just think she has so much to give for the AEW Women's Division that Jamie can learn from her, and that match would make overall be better if she did take it from her. I don't really see or want Saraya to do that because I don't think it'd be believable yet, even though she did beat Britt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Shariah is gonna have to wait about a good 8 months plus before like I feel like they give her a belt and it's believable. 'Cause she just needs to knock off that ring rust. She needs to really build around the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Have
I
some
definitely
good
see her.
matches.
Yeah, I
But I see
definitely,
her doing it too. Like
I definitely see her like her timing be off. Just like how you said, like she get knocked that ring rust off. Like her
hmm
timing's definitely off sometimes.
I'm just like, yeah, she needs more time to get her shit back together. You can't bring her fresh out the blue and give her a belt like you did with CM Punk. Like, and you see how that worked.
I'm
CM
so
Punk was
dis-
not ready,
He was
bro.
finished, bro. I'm so sick of that. Like I will never get over that shit. Every time it's brought up, I will always think about how I was there live and I couldn't believe that they really put the hands of the future of the fucking company just because this nigga's a draw. He ain't a fucking real draw because you see the shit he be on. He be broken down, bro. That was the most broken shit I've ever seen in my life. This man tried to hit this man's finisher 3 times, bro, and
That was pitiful.
not one. It's pitiful. It was damn near like he was begging. He said, "Body, just one. Give me one." I know. I don't want to. It's the
That's
major.
honestly just such a weird ass move to even attempt. Like I would have tried to do a different move that he do or something. Like, bro, you doing a front flip over the ring ropes? When have you ever known CM Punk to be
Bro,
doing
he's not even that
some shit like
coordinated,
that?
bro. That's bro. It's just crazy to me because even when you would watch CM Punk in the ring, like even when we were younger, he didn't give me like, oh my god, he's extra striker. Like it's just like he was scrappy. He got that Muay Thai background or whatever they would say, but it's like I never looked at you as like you're gonna jump off of this, you're gonna do this tap. Like you're very stable to the ground. Like stay on your feet. That's when I'll kick you. You don't even when he drops that elbow, bro. He doesn't like that shit was just a shame. And now it's time for the main event. It was a ladder match, and it was match 7 in the series between Lucha Death Triangle and the Elite. Man, I didn't. I think I knew how this was gonna play out, and,
Yeah,
and honestly, I wasn't surprised at all. You know, they never got their fair shake with the title, and like I said in previous podcasts, they were trying to display Lucha Death Triangle's greatness of them being trios champions by giving them a 7 series and not just taking away immediately. So you got to tip your cap to them in that fashion. But me saying that, you know who won this shit? Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the Elite.
yeah, man. I was pissed Lucha Death Triangle didn't win, but I kind of expected that. The AEW announcers, like when this series first started, they kept saying shit like, "Oh, the only person to come back down 3-1 is LeBron," and all type of shit. And I'm just like, man, I really hope you guys aren't trying to recreate LeBron's moment right now in fucking wrestling. Stop it. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. I'm not gonna cap though. The match was decent. I enjoyed the match, but I just didn't fuck with the outcome. But the only good thing that I could really say is trios wrestling is definitely on the map. You know what I'm saying? That shit is dope. I would love to see the New Day when Big E gets right compete for something like that, or they put something like that in WWE to make that happen. Overall, for Dynamite, I thought it was a solid show. I would have liked for a couple different outcomes of these matches, of course, but you can't always get what you want. Wrestling would be boring as shit if I got everything I want. So I guess I can appreciate that aspect, but yeah, AEW had a good show with this one. What did you think about Dynamite, bro?
My overall review for the show is a strong 9. Dynamite was cool. I like how it started off, got right into the issues between Moxley and Hangman, and Hangman delivered. He showed him that he's a pussy and that he always here was talking to shit. And look, he in the same predicament. Hey, where's Hangman? Oh, how many fingers? I lost? I lost? Oh, okay. What's your name? Am I
Right,
AA again? Am I in AA again?
right.
Where's the non-alcoholic beer? Pass me a cold one and put it on my skull. Oh yeah, and the trios ladder match was great. I really appreciate all the effort I've seen from both sides, and especially Ray Phoenix. He hit a springboard arm drag to Matt Jackson off the ladder. That was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. I've never seen it before, and kudos to both of them for the choreography to even pull that move off. Because like this, like he literally jumped off the fucking ropes. Matt's on the fucking ladder and like arm drag. Like this shit was like poetry in motion, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot of good moments in that match.
And that's it for Dynamite. Now we're gonna change gears and talk about Rampage. And to kick the show off, it was Darby Allen taking on Juice Robinson for the TNT title. This match was surprising, like showcasing for Juice because I didn't expect him to be on the show. He has a lot of experience being with New Japan. He had prior showings. Last time I believe I saw him in an AEW ring or anything related to AEW was at Forbidden Door, and he had a good showing there as well. I believe he was on the winning side with the Bullet Club. No, actually, they did. I think they ended up losing the fucking Sting and Darby Allen, which is funny because he ended up losing to Darby, but he had a great showing. Like, I wish he was a signee for AEW versus Impact because he also wrestles there too.
Okay.
Current Bullet Club member. He's also a former New Japan Pro Wrestling United States champion, which current Kenny Omega currently is. I feel like that would be a good pickup for AEW because he has a lot of experience and just what you saw for him and Darby. What do you think of him?
Man, I honestly didn't think he was about to wrestle as good as he did. I just wasn't expecting that, but they had a great match. I thought it was a good way to kick off Rampage.
I completely agree with you, bro. I feel like more matches like this should start to set the tempo for Rampage or set the bar higher,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because for the rest of the show, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really fucking with it like that. It was good enough for me to get through to some degree, but there's some moments I'm like, I want to see some changing from AEW.
I don't think it was all that bad, but Dynamite definitely was the better show this week.
Even though there were some moments I wasn't fucking with in this past week's Rampage, I like the bright spots they focused on between Eddie Kingston and Malachi Black and his possible ascension in the House of Black. Now, I know you don't really fuck with Eddie Kingston like that, and I just find him kind of entertaining because he's like kind of just a loose cannon. But I feel like him being with the House of Black would be a good thing for him. I feel like he will have a purposeful role with them in the sense of like he can just dish out pain and like instead of Alistair having to be like say they go for the trios title now, Buddy, him, and Brody can go for the trios title while Malachi is trying to go for the world title or a singles title. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it gives them a different factor. I just feel like he'll provide something different. So I'm kind of entertaining the idea.
yeah.
What do you think about their match?
We knew off the rip Kingston and Ortiz was gonna lose this match, but regardless, it was really Ortiz's fault that they lost this match, and it was actually an entertaining match. But I was enjoying it, but I felt like it would have went a little different if Ortiz didn't stop Kingston from doing whatever he was doing with that chair. He thought he was about to hit the female in the ring, and Eddie Kingston didn't even know the female was in the ring. So he was just tripping on that. And honestly, if I was Kingston, I probably would have whipped his ass for that one right there. Cause I'm like, bro, what the hell? And then after that, it was weird because then Aleister Black was like, yeah, good shit, good looking. So it's like, yeah, he need his ass whooped. I wouldn't let him slide on that one, Eddie. And he was being weird in the promo, remember? And Eddie was like, fuck around and find out. Keep playing with me. All right. All right. So I think, you know what I'm saying? I think he playing, Ed. You're going to have to put the hands on him, man.
Pause on him. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that already. I already know it's gonna come to a head where he's gonna have to beat him up.
I just want to see him beat him up because I just think it's going to be funny, bro. Ortiz low-key look like he could wrestle, though, for real.
He can.
But I still want to see Eddie beat him up. Eddie was having a good match with Aleister Black, bro. When they had their moment in the ring together, I was enjoying that. They both had the sit down moment. And Eddie's like, ha ha ha. Like, I was like, okay, nigga, we gonna see. You better chill out. And sure enough, he got his block kicked off.
Of course, because he's not agile.
Hell no, his fat ass got cooked.
And for the main event of Rampage, it was a tag team street fight between Tay Conti and Anna Jay taking on Ruby Soho and Willow. And I think this match, bro, to end the show was really gruesome. Like I ain't never seen a match with coming from AEW as a product that's had these women on some just a regular street fight, and it was just so bloody. Like I felt like I was watching a cheap horror film.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy. I ain't never seen any female bleed like that before.
She was just, she
She
gushed
she didn't bleed. She
blood,
bled.
blood,
She
blood.
bled
It
every fucking
was
where, like all over her face. She looked like the embodiment of Ric Flair, damn near. Like
Crimson Mass.
had the whole crimson mask on. I was like, ooh wee. I'm not wrestling if my shit is leaking like that, bro. The
You can't be
match,
spreading blood like that.
no, the match is over with, bro. Where's my fucking band-aid? Are you crazy?
There's a
What if this? You
badness.
know, this nigga over here trying to put his boot on my face? Like, are you kidding
How
me?
you can be infected,
What? You over here putting hands on me and shit?
bro?
Oh, nah, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna
The
work at
match
all.
gotta end.
Especially moves like Willow when she tried to hit that power bomb with Anna Jay completely missed the table.
Oh yeah, that was brutal.
Bro, that was brutal. I know her shit was fucked up.
Yeah, she gonna feel that one for sure.
And it was very scary. It was like even MJF made a tweet, he deleted though. He talked about it. It's like our lives can end in that ring and you can't take it for granted. That's why I always tip my cap to the professional sports entertainers and professional wrestlers, bro. Because at the end of the day, they're doing this for entertainment, but this is serious. That's why when people try to talk down on this shit, I'll never understand because me and you can't go out there and make it look nothing like that. I mean, cause we ain't
Hell
trained.
no. Let a nigga slam me on my shit.
You
Oh
back
shit.
broken up. You think you gonna get your
I'm
gun?
gonna be for real. This is my workout. You guys see this right here? Me ashing and me bringing back right here to smoke. That's my workout every day. So if a nigga slam me, that shit is gonna hurt.
He's like, I ain't seeing trash. I'm staying in my lane, bro. What?
This shit is fake to an extent. Some of the shit be scripted, but that's the sport entertainment side. But the pro wrestling side, the shit get real. You get dropped on your neck.
Yeah, that's you can't fake a suplex.
Hell no. Ask John Cena. Got suplexed 16 times by fucking Brock Lesnar.
How do you feel about Anna Jay and Ty Conti showing in this match?
Man, I'm a big Teikati fan. And I think that she was honestly carrying Anna through most of this
Yeah,
match. You know what I'm saying? She definitely had way more highlights and was making this shit believable, bro. I like when she put Willow through the table. I was like, yeah, that shit is tough, bro. Pile driver through the table. I'm like, yeah, she's certified. So yeah, I enjoyed this match by them for real, even though they didn't win.
yeah, I was thinking the same. It's like a breakout match, and I feel like Anna Jay has a lot of catching up to do. That's why Tay Conti takes on more of the leadership role.
Yeah. But I want to see her like in some type of title picture or something. Like you in JSS, like, you should be trying to get a belt while you with the Ocho. You know what I'm saying? And or the Ocho should be helping you get to a belt. You
Oh
know.
yeah,
I also got to say, speaking of the Ocho, I always like hearing him on commentary, bro. It's always good for
it's a
wrestling when he
treat.
does commentary. If he ever retires, like that would be something that he could definitely take on, whether it's in WWE or AEW.
Overall, Rampage is like a slick six, maybe even five. I wasn't too excited, like I wasn't hyped about it, but it had some cool spots, and I just liked some funny moments. But overall, it wasn't that. The wrestling wasn't there for me, and that's what I really come there for every time. So, besides the match with Juice,
Yeah, because everybody says they're big old wrestler and all this other shit. I don't see it. I see some sport entertainment bullshit going on.
mm, yeah, like JSS is cool too, but it's like certain things I'm just like, what's going on? I mean, I'm so confused on why Ricky Starks beat Chris Jericho just to be hanging out with Action Andretti. So, like, I'm seeing payoff the storyline just in shitty ways. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
It's just not. It's like overall the shows like, and like you always say, they start with like the best match first. So even though the street fight was dope and was can arguably go against Darby and Juice's match, it's like the overall show in between was not it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They saved it with the House of Black,
Yeah,
honestly. And I was hoping that we got to see Swerve fight this week, but nah, y'all just be bullshitting for that 1 hour Rampage sometimes, though, for real.
y'all need to do better. Do better for Rampage. You know what I'm saying? Dynamite be lit. I'd be hyped to watch Dynamite. Rampage is not the same energy.
No, 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 no. Dynamite is definitely more watchable. I feel like they just do certain shit on Rampage to shuck and drive back to Dynamite. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like I feel like they don't go. I feel like they be saving their shit for Dynamite type shit. Like,
Yeah,
oh, we'll put like certain matches on
yeah.
here
They don't
just
go
to,
all out on Rampage.
yeah, yeah.
And that's been our overall review of AEW Dynamite and Rampage. Thanks for smoking with us. It's Think I Need a Fiji Water.
And your boy, the franchise kid, franchise Jerry.
Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.
And make sure you guys share this shit with the fucking world, man. Everybody gotta know about this.
Make sure you guys turn on your post notifications. Stay updated with us every time we drop a track on this joint. Peace.